Hi everyone, welcome back to Scow Models with Mike. Today on the channel we've got issue number 2 of Build the Lamborghini Revelouto. So yeah, this is going to be a really nice part. Just to show you what parts we get. These are the parts, as you can see. So a lot of orange, a lot of black. So very nicely coloured. I'm not going to show you all through the magazine. If you're building this yourself, you will be able to do that for you, read through it. Now these are called the funders, sorry, the fenders, not the funders, and headlights. So as you can see, these, I'm very intrigued with these headlights. They're a very interesting pattern. So used to, as I said in the last video, so used to them being like a square sort of shape, and to get that, I really like that design. And then obviously that's what it's going to be finished with. So yeah, right, we better get going on this. So let's get all the parts out that we need. So these are what we've got in here. Look at this, absolutely, so on the pages from there. Let's pop that there. And yeah, these are the parts. That's metal, but look at that, isn't that stunning? What a lovely design. And then we've got this part, which is metal as well. This is the, oh, that feels like metal there. Yeah, that feels like metal. And then you've got plastic around it. Oh wow, that's interesting. So it's like, is that metal? I don't know, it feels heavy. But then it feels like harder plastic. I don't think it is. Yeah, that's harder plastic. But it feels like when you lift it, it feels like there's a bit of weight to it. So, interesting. Cool. So this is the part that we're going to need, because that is the inner face. I'm just going to get the other bits and bobs out. We've got this little part here. Now there is, this is exciting. Look at that. They've got a wire coming out of this. And you've got all little LEDs. Since when have we had a part like that? Oh my god, this build is stunning. So look. So none of that putting the wire through to see the light shine out with a classic LED. They've actually put it in for you. Oh my god. But the interesting thing is you see, we don't have a tester board at the moment for it. So we won't be testing it today by the looks of it. So right, let's get into these little parts here. Now I asked Fan Home about why the posters are not in the folder. They said it's because that's the way they've chosen to do this build. So wow, look at these. Oh, these are stunning. And that is going to go through there like that. Or something like that. It's probably the other side, this one. But you see that will eventually feed through. Something like that. Needs a bit of training, but yeah. Oh wow, this is, oh wow. Wow. Okay, right, so we're going to get our parts here. These are the two radar sensors apparently. So the two radar sensor covers. These are 2A, and they're going to feed onto here. Okay, so you're going to put the semicircular bit through that hole, and that's going to feed into this bit like so. Okay, so I'm going to rest that there. I'm going to get this down a bit. We're going to be using our A screws by the looks of it. So as you can see, these are the screws of the A. So very tiny screws actually, but I can't get over them electric headlights. They're really cool how they've done that. Okay, and then we're going to secure that into this hole here. Okay. Now the next pack, that will probably be, what we're on now, March. So I reckon towards the end of March for that one, because it seems to take a while before it comes, like gets delivered. So because what they'll do is they'll put your parcel, they'll take payment, and then all the parcels get grouped into like a warehouse until Yodel comes and picks them up. I'm finding that's quite, oh, it's not lined up, that's why. Let me just check as well, is that got a, so this is a plastic screw, the A1 here by the looks of it. I mean, it's going into a plastic section, so I can't wait to see these lights going. Wow. But very interesting how we've not been provided a circuit board to test them yet. So But that's the great thing. It gives us something to look forward to, perhaps in the next issue. It doesn't tell me what's coming up in the next issue yet, because they've not even allocated it yet. So it depends when you pay. So say, for example, you paid like the 10th of March, it would allocate on the 10th of April. So it goes by what date you signed up and stuff. So I'm just going to tighten them up a bit, a little bit more, cushy, and that one there, beautiful. Okay, lovely. So now this is the best bit. We're now going to put the little, these parts in. These are going to be the headlight lenses, as you can see, and you can pretty much see how they go in. They sort of slot into there like so. You might have to go all the way in. Yeah, you sort of have to click it and slide it in. I find that you slide it in like that, but just look at that. Oh wow, look at the detail on that. And that's going to be lit up with one of these. And then can you imagine, like, when we put that on there, I think that'll go somewhere, something like that. Oh my god, wow, wow, wow. This is a stunning build, people. Okay, so that's that one, and then we're going to pop the other one in. Nice easy issue, this one. Wow. Yeah, we're just going to press that there a bit. We're just going to pop that into there like so. So yeah, it'd be a bit of a wait now until we get the next pack. So yeah, we just have to wait for the next pack. So there probably won't be a video up next Monday. What's going on with this bit here? This one seems to be sliding a little bit. There we go. See, you see, you sort of push it in. So that's that one. Oh look, it's looking more and more posher every time we do a bit. Okay, lovely. So now what we're going to do is to get the front fender part, which is this section. As you can see, this is 2F, and this is going to be the centre fender base. The centre fender base. I like that. The centre fender base. Wow. Okay, so you can see we've got 3 holes here. That's going to... like that? No, sorry, I'm reading that wrong. So we need to turn that upside down. Looks like we're going around that section. And it looks as if we feed it, I think. Cool, this is interesting. Does it go? Oh, maybe, no. I'll tell you where it goes. It might go, no, okay. Trying to see where this goes, people, because as you can see, it's like that. So I've got to try and work out. So they've got that like this. And then it looks like, right, yeah, it goes like that. So you've got 2 holes either side, and then these 2 ones at the end, so you've got one there and one there, they hook onto it. And then what happens is that acts as like a little support for it while you screw it in. As you can see, you've got 1, 2 screw holes there. So we're going to screw them in now. And again, they're with A screws. Love it when you get parts and you use the same screw all the way through that, like that issue. So let's pop that into here. Okay, so we're going to screw that into position like so. This is a really lovely screwdriver. I don't know what build this came in. It might even be the Lamborghini one, but it's quite a lovely one to work with, nice and long. Some of them are quite, you know, little short ones, but yeah, it's a lovely one to work on, this one. Okay, and then we're going to secure that one into here. That's gorgeous. And that's like that. So that's all we do in that part. So we've got obviously the 2 lenses in, we've got the base part here. There is a slight gap here and here, so perhaps something behind might feed that. I'm not sure yet, but that's what it's looking like. That gives you an idea of how big it's going to be. And then obviously if we get this part here that we worked on last time, you'll get an idea as to, it will go something like that. So you see already, look at that. Oh wow, the orange and black just goes so lovely. Yeah, look at that. That is stunning. Wow. They've done a really lovely build on this one. Okay, so now we're going to put that aside because what we now have to do is to arrange the side indicators, okay? So the indicators are going to slot into a hole here, okay? So what we have to do is to get this part here, as you can see, this is the side indicator, and then we're going to get the lens for that, which is this little part here, okay? So it's up to you which way round you want to put it, but you basically just, I think that's this one, is that this one? You basically just, it looks like it slots something like that, so it slots like that, okay? And then we'll do the next one. I don't know if these get fitted today, and then that one slots into position just like so, and then eventually they will slot. Oh, look at that, that's a cool mechanism. Look, you slide it through. Oh wow, okay, cool. So I reckon that's going to slide somewhere along the region of down there, and that just slides into position. Oh, look at that. That's a really lovely fitment. Oh, I like that. And that's what it's going to look like. So you've got that. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So again, you're just going to slide that through into position like so, and it just clips into position. And then eventually what will happen is, I should imagine that it looks like it might sit round this way somewhere. Let's have a look at the front of the manual, because as you can see, folks, that's all we do in that issue. But yeah, you can see it sort of roughly sits. It looks as if it's slipped. Yeah, that sits. It's hard to say, but there's like a little slot that it slides up to. So yeah, it will sit something like that, because you want to have the point that's it's going to merge into this little gap here to face that. You wouldn't have it on show, and then obviously it will sit something like that. So that's how it will sit it. So if we just pull back this for a minute, and then you'll have something like that. Oh my god. Oh wow, look at that. Just as a rough idea, I think something might cover that bit, but oh my god, that is stunning. Wow. Oh wow. Oh, what a cool little issue. That was a really fun, easy issue to do. As I say, that's all we do for this stage here. As you can see on the manual, we've only got that part. So maybe next issue, as I say, it's not allocated yet, so I don't know what's coming up in the next issue. Some magazines, they put it on the back, and then some don't. But I imagine it will be something to do with the chassis, or perhaps a little bit more. I mean, we've got to start to connect it up to something, so, or we might even do a door, you never know. But if you want to get this for yourself, the Lamborghini Revelouto is available through Fan Home, and these are the parts that we've done so far. Stunning parts. I love it when you get bits that you can test it out and see where it goes. Absolutely fabulous issue, and yeah, I can't wait to put these in. Just seeing how bright they're going to be, that's going to be a really fun job. But maybe issue 3 we get to test them out. But anyway, that's it for now. As I say, a short break until the next parts come. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, share, subscribe on the way out of this video, and I'll see you very soon for the next stages. Bye bye for now.